Just ahead on the daily digital debrief, a 33-year-old man was shot in Lansing last night. Details in just a second. Plus, 23 firefighters simultaneously quit Charlotte's fire department. And finally, we'll bring you the latest from Tim Skubic on Michigan's gas prices. So don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss today's show.
This is the daily digital debrief.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this edition of the Daily Digital Debrief. We've got a lot of good news for you guys today. Good stories coming up in the top stories in just a second. But as always, be sure to let us know where you guys are watching from, what you guys are up to, where you guys are hanging out this afternoon for the show. And we'll read you guys' comments on the Facebook comment section, give you guys a shout out. The works of if you're a regular by this time. And if not, be sure to comment and we'll, give you a shout out like we just mentioned. So let's get to the top stories right now. When we first heard about this incident last night, but we're just now getting a little bit more information. Lansing police say a 33-year-old man was shot on the side of his body on Monday night. Here's a look at the crime scene right here. The man was found in the 1300 block of East Malcolm X Street after the police were called to the area around 8:15 last night. Police say the victim was not very open with information, but did end up giving a statement. He eventually told police that he was in the area when the suspect appeared and shot him. After the victim was shot, the suspect ran away, and police say the suspect was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt. The victim was taken to the hospital with a non-life-threatening injury, and LPD is asking anyone for information to call 517-483-4600. Again, this is in the 1300 block of East Malcolm X Street. And after police were called to the area around 8:15 last night, police say the victim was not very open with information, but did end up giving a statement, and he eventually told police that he was in the area when the suspect appeared and shot him. After the victim was shot, the suspect ran away, and police say the suspect was wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt. The victim was taken to the hospital, thankfully with a non-life-threatening injury, and LPD is asking anyone with information to call 517-483-4600. But that is all we know right now about a shooting that happened last night on the 1300 block of Malcolm X Street. Okay, moving on right now. Everyone is struggling to hire, but no one has a bigger hill to fill right now than the Charlotte Fire Department. At last night's City Council meeting, all 23 volunteer firefighters resigned from the team. They are claiming the city oversight is preventing them from the fire department from properly answering and handling emergency calls. As you can see, a pretty powerful video here as they all turned in their gear. When a spokesperson finished speaking, all 23 firefighters dropped their hats and helmets on the floor of the council chamber and walked out, as you saw just a second ago. In the meantime, the mayor says the city has contracted Eaton County Dispatch to have the area's fire department's concerns held in the emergencies in case there is any during that time period. The mayor also reassured the public fire protection for the city will continue. We'll have more on this story later tonight. Our reporter Tony Garcia is on this story, and we'll have more information, new details for you tonight as well. Continuing with fire departments, tonight at 5:30, Lansing residents will have the opportunity to meet three finalists to be the next fire chief in the city. So finalists will be able to meet the public before the interview with the search committee, which will begin. There are two recommendations to the final commissioners in the few days here. You get a look at a couple of the fire chief candidates right there. The last time the city had a designated fire chief was back in August of 2020. City officials have narrowed it down from 19 candidates to 3, and Mayor Andy Shore will make the final decision in the coming weeks. The mayor hopes to have a chief in the department by mid-April. But there's a look at a couple of the final candidates here. And again, if you want to meet them, that'll be an opportunity for that tonight in Lansing. Well, every driver with insurance in the state of Michigan will soon be getting $400 cash, and that's because the Michigan Catastrophic Claims Association will soon be returning surplus funds to auto insurance policyholders in Michigan. The Better Business Bureau says, unfortunately, that means just like when the stimulus checks were given out, this creates a prime opportunity for scammers to try and take advantage of those expecting refund checks. The Better Business Bureau has tips, though, to help avoid those auto insurance refund checks being scammed. And that includes staying calm, not replying directly, being careful of what looks like the refund checks but is not, and mainly not paying anyone any money because you don't have to pay to receive these checks. So for much more information, head to our website, WLNS.com, for a full breakdown of those tips and what to do to avoid being scammed with these $400 checks coming out very soon. That is a look at our top stories for today. More news coming up in just a little bit, but right now we'll take a look at the weather forecast for today. Quite a big drop off from yesterday when it was in the 60s. I was out swinging golf clubs yesterday on the range, getting some practice in. I don't think I'd be doing that today. 47 degrees, or 49 I should say, for a high today. High temperatures only rising just below 50 degrees as we move throughout the day. We will have scattered rain showers starting this afternoon, becoming more widespread and slightly more intense as the day goes on. But it is not too bad out there, 50 degrees. You know, we're in spring, we're getting closer. But we're not exactly there yet for summertime weather, you know, or even full-time spring weather. 49 and mostly cloudy with rain showers, I should say. Not too great, but I mean, end of the day, we've seen so much worse over the last few months that how can we even complain at this point? So, yeah, that is a look at today's forecast. As always, as I mentioned, we'll get to your comments in just a second, but let us know where you guys are watching from, where you guys are tuning in from, and all that good stuff, what you guys are up to, and we'll give you guys a shout out on the show. But right now, I want to hear a quick message from the Capital Area District Library, and we'll be back in 15 seconds.
Fact or fiction? The library's local history collection is just for researchers. That's fiction. Anyone can access and enjoy online features like local yearbooks, their home's history, old photos of landmarks and neighborhoods, and much more.
All right, thank you to the Capital Area District Library. We appreciate them being great partners of us here on the Daily Digital Debrief. All right, let's take a look at those comments now. Amber says hello from Waverly. Hope you all are having a good day. So far, so good, Amber. Thanks for tuning in. One of our regulars on the show. We really appreciate you watching. Latricia says hello from Lansing's north side. Hi, hope you're having a good day over in the north side of Lansing. Beth says good afternoon from West Lansing. Hi, Beth. Steve Baxley, our most loyal viewer, our day one viewer, I would say, says happy Taco Tuesday. Andrew, John Moore, and all at 6 News WLNS. And remember, worship the taco, embrace the taco, feast on the taco, or yes, even corned beef, because it is Corned Beef Tuesday here at WLNS. We don't do Taco Tuesday, we do Corned Beef Tuesday. Just one of those weird traditions we started here. And he says, or if you dare, do an Arby's corned beef-ish taco and burrito, because, you know, sometimes Taco Bell and Arby's are combined together. Steve, I don't know if I'll give that a shot, but I encourage you to give it a shot. And then Latricia says, Steve, amen to the Taco Tuesday comments. So thank you both for tuning in for the show today. We appreciate it. Robert says, just getting back to our yard in Romulus, Michigan. So still watching you from the big rig, and then I'll be taking the day off. Robert, we appreciate you still tuning in, even on the road, and as you travel across the country, getting back to Michigan here. And then Frank says, hi, Andrew from Lansing. Hi, Frank. Thank you for tuning in as well. We appreciate all the loyal viewers here on the Daily Digital Debrief. You guys are the best. We really appreciate you tuning in almost every day or all days in some cases. So you guys are one of the most constant figures in our lives. So thank you for tuning in every single day. While the governor and state Republicans search for common ground on how to provide some relief at the gas pump, a new survey is out on how drivers are coping with those $4+ prices. Capitol correspondent Tim Skubic is here for you now with a look at that survey's findings.
The motorists in California these days are confronting sticker shock at the pump. Well, back home here, it is not quite that bad, but bad enough to wonder what drivers are doing to cope with $4+ a gallon gas. One option is to simply stay at home. But with offices reopening and everybody trying to return to a semi-normal life, people are moving around. But this national survey shows that Democrats, yes, Democrats are less likely to change their behavior. But check out these numbers. 55% of the Republicans say they are driving less. Independent voters, 49% driving less, but Democrats, only 28% driving less. Another option is to refigure your household budget to find the money to pay for the gas. Here are the numbers. Republicans, 60% are doing that. Independents, 50%. Democrats, only 22%. And the pattern continues. Motorists were asked if high gas prices were really a serious problem for them. Republicans answered 54% yes. Independents, 41% yes, and Democrats, 13% find it serious. Senior citizens, who probably travel the least, only 30% of them believe that the gas price issue is serious enough for them to change their behavior. Ironically, while Democrats are not that worried about gas prices, they are significantly more worried about COVID than their Republican and independent colleagues. No one can explain all this either. Here for you in Lansing, Tim Skubic, 6 News.
All right, thank you to our Capitol correspondent, Tim Skubic, always tracking down those interesting stories and turning surveys into stories and breaking it down. Very interesting stuff there, as you know, it seems like everything is down the party line today, even gas prices. Well, we do have a big winner here locally that I wanted to share with you guys. Take a look at our website, WLNS.com. Haven't been showing you guys that as much lately. Here it is right here. Ingham County teacher is awarded the Excellence in Education Award. So Susie Zook, a second grade teacher in Ingham County, just won the Excellence in Education Award that the Michigan Lottery gives out once a week to educators who show phenomenal dedication, inspiration, leadership, and effectiveness. Susie was noticed for her outstanding characters with being a role model and spreading kindness in her community. Susie also said she chose a career in education because she loves working with young people. So awesome stuff. Congratulations to Susie, who takes home $1,500 in cash and a $500 grant to her classroom. So awesome stuff here in Ingham County, as she is a big winner. Cash and prizes for the classroom. How can you beat that? It's a win-win situation. We'll take a look at your final Facebook comments in just a second if we get any more. Started off a little hot, cooling down in the last few minutes. Totally understand that. The top stories, usually the most juicy stories of the day, so we appreciate you guys tuning in. I do see Robert left another comment. We'll get to that in just a second. Right now, I want to take a look at our Facebook, or the weather for the day, I should say, and more so for the 6-day forecast too as well. A little bit of a weird forecast. Lots of 4s in that first number there. 49 today for a high. 54 tomorrow, so we're bouncing back, but then down in the 40s for the rest of the week. Rain showers last until late in the day on Thursday. We are expecting 1 to 2 inches of total precipitation to fall over the course of those 3 days here in mid-Michigan. So that just as a reminder, we'd be getting just hammered with snow if it was just a few degrees colder. Tomorrow will be the warmest day in your 6-day forecast with temperatures in the mid-50s. After that, a cold front will push through the area, dropping temperatures down into the low 40s just in time for the weekend, with the possibility of an early morning snow shower on Saturday. So Kendall, don't like to hear that. Not my favorite forecast I've gotten from you, but it is what it is. We are dealing with that springtime weather here in Michigan. It's just a battle, you know. It's never easy getting over that hump a little bit at a time, back and forth. You go up and you know, getting that warmer weather, and then you step back down. You get a little bit warmer and you step back down. So it's Michigan. Anyone who's lived here probably knows the pain of it, but we are getting there a little bit at a time. At least it's steadily holding in the 4s instead of the 3s now. So heading in the right direction. A couple more comments have rolled in. Like I mentioned, Robert said, you guys should try to think about how us truck drivers are coping with $5.35 a gallon diesel prices. Try doing that on a daily basis. It's not fun. Robert, sorry to hear that. Yeah, gas prices, they are just crazy. That's all we can say right now. They are just through the roof. Beth says congratulations to Susie, the winner of the lottery's prize for excellent educators. Latricia said you guys should do a story on how to get discounts on gas. I use points and rewards from several places to get relief. Yeah, we have done some of that stuff, Latricia. We'll try to maybe track down another story. I like that idea. More specifics, you know. Obviously, there's we did a steals and deals on this. I think it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago now. Basically, like little things you can do, but even if it's, you know, using points at Speedway or using, you know, gas cards or whatever it is, Latricia, if you have any good tips, leave it in the comments. Maybe I'll steal some of those ideas for myself. And then Robert said $100. 100 gallons or more daily for gas in the truck. So, Robert, not fun times to be a truck driver. I definitely feel you on that. And hopefully it gets better and cheaper for us here in the near future. Then Robert said, amen, congratulations to Susie. So absolutely, cheering for you, Susie, and all the excellent educators across our great state of Michigan here. So that's pretty much all the time we have for you guys today for the Daily Digital Debrief. We appreciate you guys tuning in, as always, for this Tuesday edition of the show. We appreciate always watching, commenting, all that good stuff. Be sure to check out 6 News at 5, 5:30, 6, and 11 as well. We'll be back tomorrow for another edition of the show as well. In the meantime, download our apps. It's a great tool. Give you that weather forecast Storm Tracker 6 app on the App Store or Android store as well. Weather in your pocket at all times. We just got a brand new update that we worked on for a while, so I really think you'll like that. We got a new ad coming out for that as well, just kind of detailing, showing what new features are on there. So be sure to check that out on our Facebook page and on our channels, of course, as well. So in the meantime, have a great rest of your afternoon, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for another edition of the Daily Digital Debrief.
Thanks for watching the Daily Digital Debrief. Weekdays at 12:30.